Hey guys, this is just going to be a video on how to take care of your leopard gecko. What you need to start off with is your enclosure. The best thing that I like to use is a 10-gallon aquarium. Leaves them a lot of room, and you can put more hides or decorations in there. Another good thing to use is your, they're called racks. They're good to use if you have about 10 or more geckos. But in my opinion, I think the 10-gallon tanks are better for room for them to be able to move around in. The next thing you need are your paper towels, substrate. The thing I like to use best are paper towels. CMT wants to just dig under them. Paper towels are the best in my opinion because they can't hold bacteria like your reptile carpets, and then your reptile sand can cause, if they eat the sand, it can cause something called impaction, which can actually lead to your gecko's death, or it can become very sick and things like that. The paper towels will keep in the moisture. They make it really humid for them, which is really nice when they're shedding and you don't have a shed box or something for them. If you're going to go with paper towels, though, it's best to use the softer variety, so that they don't hurt or irritate your gecko's belly. One other thing that's really good to use is a heating pad, like the one he's crawling around on now. They need the heat underneath them to be able to digest their food. Without that, they can still digest their food, but it's a lot harder for them. Another thing you need in there is just a simple water dish. I like the little kidney ones. They still leave enough room, but for them to walk around. If you want to use one that's bigger, you can. It's all about how much space you have and what you want your tank to look like. The next thing that you need is something for your gecko to hide under. It can be a log, it can be plastic, just about anything, as long as he can get under there without hurting himself. I like to use the logs. They're easy to fit in most places and gives them something nice to crawl under and on top of. The next thing you need, of course, is your food. The main thing that I like to feed my geckos are the crickets. But to give them their extra calcium, I like to use this Reptivite with the D3. See if we can get a better focus. Yeah, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. But what you do is you just slightly dust your crickets with them, and then feed them to your gecko. Another good food for them, if they need to fatten up a little bit, is waxworms or mealworms. However, it's not good to feed them too many waxworms, because there is a point that it can become unhealthy. Just make sure, if you're not giving your gecko a lot of sunlight, that the calcium does have D3 inside of it. It helps with their bone structure and stuff. The one thing that I don't have in here is a calcium dish. It's a good idea to always leave one inside anyway, so if they think they need more, they can get it before their next feeding. It's always good to make it so they can't hurt themselves in their enclosure, but that it's still interesting for them to be in. I have more supplies coming on the way, so once I get a few more hides and stuff, I'll do a little update with them. But yeah, so that's pretty much the basic care of your leopard gecko.